NGB is always here to help.
Thank you, NGB.
No, thank you.
What would we do without NGB?
They're always so helpful.
Thanks, NGB! Thanks, NGB.
Always here to help.
Wow, thanks, NGB.
Always happy to help. I'm no hero. I'm just doing my job.
Let's hear it for NGB, huh?
Wake up.
Hey, Jim.
We have customers to take care of. Welcome to NGB. How can we help you?
Hello everyone, welcome to MHS Sports on MHTV. I'm Jess Burton. Today we're at Marblehead Veterans Middle School as the Magicians softball team takes on the Beverly Panthers. We'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner and bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. And stay tuned to the end of the game for the Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game. We should have a good ball game here this afternoon. Spring break, 10 a.m. start for the kids. Nice day for softball for the 4-4 Panthers, visiting Marblehead Veterans Middle School to take on the 1-3 Magicians. Panthers coming off a bad loss, 14-2 to Gloucester, to bring them to 500. Magicians coming off their first win of the season, slaughter rule fashion, 12-0 over Winthrop, highest scoring output of the season in the 5-inning victory. Picking up the win in that on the hill was Tessa Francis for the Magicians. She's back on the bump here this afternoon. Tessa faced 17 batters only in the Winthrop game, struck out 13 of them en route to the win. She'll be throwing to Luca Bernhurst behind the plate. Around the infield is Tessa Andriano, an impressive athletic freshman, coming off a great basketball season in which she was named an All-Star in the NEC. At shortstop, you have Haley Schmidt. Second base, one of the leaders of this team, Ruby Calianes, also does some pitching for the team. Lila McGovern is at first base. And around the outfield, Isla Bumagan, Ashley Mortensen, and Isabel Mortensen. Due up first for the Panthers is Nikki Ericola. And they have a murderer's row in the middle of the lineup, 3-4-5. We'll get to that when they come up to the plate. Here is the first pitch of the day from Francis, and it's just a little too high for ball one. Both Francis and Ericola taking a look at their charts on their wrists for what is to come next. And it is a strike, the first of the afternoon from Francis, and it counts even at one. Nikki Aracola will be playing second base for the Panthers when they take the field in the bottom half. A swinging strike. She tried to get a running head start, Ichiro style, down the first base line. And the count is 1-2. Slow roller back to Francis. And makes the play over to McGovern for the first out. It'll bring up Jasmine Feliciano. She will be opposing Francis here this morning on the hill. Right back to Francis again. And that's it. Easier play than the first one. Back-to-back putouts, 1-3. And here we go with Noelle McLean, the third baseman. And she is second in the NEC in RBIs with 15. She is hitting .519 and has 3 home runs. She packs a punch. And the first one to her is low. Second one also in the dirt. Francis hesitant in first at bat against the power hitting McLean. Francis deals, it's off the handle of the bat and foul. Two and one with 2 down. Francis looks in and delivers. Swinging strike. Got it by her. Count even at 2. A Lofton ball 3 floats in there. Full count to McLean. And ball 4 down low. McLean is on. First base runner of the ball game. And that brings up Maya Perrin, a transfer student from the Penguin School. And she is that's my mistake. Thought our pregame conversation was about the visiting catcher. And Perrin blasts it. And what a catch. Isabel Mortensen tracking back and makes the grab to end the inning. Perrin put a ride into it, and Mortensen shut it down at the last minute. Beverly defense takes the field for the bottom of the first inning after a great play by Isabel Mortensen. Get the Magicians out of the top of the first. And she'll be up second in this inning, but Haley Schmidt will lead it off. Ruby Calianes will come up third against Jasmine Feliciano. Feliciano looks in. And the first pitch is way outside. Unable to be caught by Maya Perrin. Doing the catch-in for the Panthers. It's a line drive that's going to drop in. A base hit for Haley Schmidt to start off the game. Takes the first strike she sees from Feliciano and drives it into center field. Schmidt coming off a 1-for-3 afternoon. with a walk in the win over Winthrop and a run scored in that one. Isabel Mortensen looked to lay down a bunt on pitch number 1, fouled it away. One and one. Around the Beverly infield, Noelle McLean, who was stranded at first after her walk in the top half. She plays third. Shortstop is Elsa Roulette. Second base, Nikki Ericola. First is Gabby Wakiri. That pitch is high and gets by Perrin, so a wild start here for Feliciano. 2 pass balls. That's low, and it's 3-1 to Mortensen with first base open. Schmidt moving up to second on the ball to the backstop. And a swinging strike 2 pushes the count full to the Magicians' right fielder. Mortensen, a slow roller on a high chop. Moves the runner over to third. Feliciano makes the easy play over to Wakiri for the first out. And that brings up Ruby Calianes. Ball high to Calianes. Ruby, 3 singles, a 3-for-3 day with 3 RBIs in the win over Winthrop. Looking to knock one in here. A little floater to first, and it's off the glove of Wakiri and falls into foul territory. Well, lucky for Calianes. Tough luck for Wakiri. That's a play she needs to make. Calianes with an extra life here. 1-1 the count. Looks at that one at the knees, just a little too low. It's 2-1. Schmidt on third. The pitch is inside, ball 3. Hitter's count here for Calianes. That is right down the middle. And she looked at it. Full count. And ground ball to second. Scooped and flipped to first, but she drives in the run. And the Magicians are on the board as Schmidt crosses home. And Calianes picks up the RBI. Luca Bornhurst, catcher for the Magicians. This is the transfer from Penguin Academy. Oh, and 1 to Bornhurst. And hopefully we can shut that down. Bornhurst looks at a high ball there. And it's 1-1. Just outside. Looks like a pretty tight strike zone early on. 2-1. And make it 3-1. The bases are empty with Calianes knocking Schmidt home with 2 outs. And Bornhurst fouls it off for strike 2. Third consecutive full count forced by the Magicians. Feliciano throwing a lot of pitches here in the first inning. And that is ball 4. Now Bornhurst is on. That'll bring up Isla Bumagin. Isla, one of the veteran leaders of the team. Spoke with her and Ruby Calianes for our spring sports preview. Bumagin fouls this one away. Feliciano finally ahead in the count. Check out the interviews with Bumagin and Calianes on our Facebook page or on my Twitter at MHTV Sports. As Bumagin shows bunt, and the catcher drops the ball, so safe at second is Bornhurst. Perrin had a chance to throw down, but dropped it, transitioning from glove to hand. But Bumagin is down 0-2. Rips it over the second baseman's glove. That's going to score. Bornhurst goes all the way to the fence. And Bumagin in there with a stand-up double. It's 2-0 Magicians. What a rip by Bumagin on 2 strikes. Keeps the inning alive. The drop pitch by the catcher allowed Bornhurst to move up, and Bumagin wasted no time driving her in. This roller right down the third base line by Lila McGovern, and on the first pitch she sees, the inning comes to an end. But not before the Magicians strike twice with a big hit there by Bumagin. And the Panthers will come up now in a 2-0 hole. Magicians huddle up on the mound for the top of the second inning, discussing defensive strategy. And they're ready to go. A little enthusiasm they have with a 2-0 lead to back them. RBIs by the veteran leaders, Calianes and Bumagin in the first. First pitch of the second to Elsa Roulette is fouled off to the backstop for strike 1. One and one to Roulette. Too high to Roulette for ball 2. It's 2-1. Last inning for the Panthers ending on the fly ball to Perrin, or fly ball by Perrin. Caught by Mortensen. Great play out in right field. This is the third of the trio of power hitters in the middle of the lineup for Beverly. And Roulette goes down swinging. First strikeout for Francis. Had 13 strikeouts in their win against Winthrop. Francis has settled in. So it looks like a mainstay in the Marblehead rotation, if not the ace position moving forward. Meredith Johnston for the Panthers takes the second pitch she sees out of play. And it's 1-1. That one rolls in there for ball 2. It's a sub-20 pitch inning in the first for Francis. That's quick work of a tough Panthers top of the order. And another slow roller. It's going to be a tough play, and she's going to be safe at first. That should have been McGovern's play the whole way. She could have picked up the ground ball and stepped on first herself, but she covered first and tried to make Calianes make the play, which was really difficult. She had to come a long way in. Let's see if that comes back to bite the Magicians. Gabby Wakiri to the plate. That's a harder ground ball to Calianes. They're going to try to turn 2, and they can't even get one. It's dropped by Schmidt. Right idea by Calianes. And now it's trouble for the Magicians. An error on Schmidt. Reese Kwiatek to the plate. Looking to make some noise here in the second inning, top of the second for the Panthers. Pinch runner for them at first. It's McNutt. One out. That is lined to short, and it is through. That's going to score 1. An RBI for Kwiatek. And she wakes up the Panthers lineup, knocking in Johnston. So that slow roller to McGovern, it could have been out number 2, does come back to bite them. That runner comes around to score. And now it's first and second once again for the number 9 hitter, Carly Jones. One strike on Jones. Slice to first. This time McGovern makes the play herself. Steps on first for the out. 2 down, but the runners move up. That one got on McGovern quick. Nice play over at first. Brings it back to the top of the order for Nikki Ericola. Slow roller back to Francis to lead off the game. Looks at ball 1. As she gets that running start to her swings. First base is open. Runners on second and third. Leaves the box and looks at that one blaze by her eyes for ball number 2. Panthers trying to tie or take the lead in this at bat with 2 outs, and that's strike 1 to Ericola. A nice pitch there delivered by Francis when she needed it. She shows bunt. The ball gets to the backstop. Could be a play at the plate. And she is out. And what a way to end the inning for Marblehead. Bornhurst makes the play. Francis covers home. And they get Wakiri at the plate to end the inning. Beverly ends up stranding 2. They get 1. And it's 2-1 after 1.5. Tessa Francis will hit first for the Magicians in the bottom of the second after making that great play just now, covering home to help herself out and end the top of the second inning for the Panthers. The Magicians have now ended both the first and second innings on great defensive plays, with Mortensen out and right in the first, and now that play there on the pass ball. Really got them out of trouble in that inning. But they still have a 1-run lead. Francis takes the first pitch into left field, and it gets past Carly Jones all the way to the fence. Francis can keep on running, but they stop her at second, and it was fumbled on the way back in by Roulette. But a single and error, or call it a double, for Francis to lead off the inning. She's in scoring position. She's being pinch run for, with Tessa Andriano coming to the plate. Dangerous spot for the Panthers here. This talented freshman at the dish. Packs some power. One strike on her. First pitch from Feliciano was in there. This one's fouled off the plate, so Andriano's quickly in the hole, 0-2. Just off the plate outside. A dangerous eye by Andriano. She's still alive. Off the end of the bat. She'll get another chance. 2 strikes, 1 ball. Feliciano deals off speed. It's outside for ball 2. Andriano swings, pulls it to the Magician's dugout. Way ahead of that one. Francis on second, looks in. Andriano swings and misses. Strike 3's dropped. They'll throw down to first and make the play there, but it allows Francis to move up. And it almost overthrew Feliciano. Short in stature. It's Feliciano's first strikeout. This is Ashley Mortensen. One strike on Mortensen with 1 down. Shows bunt, pulls back, and a fake throw down to first by Perron. Donovan back in time, the pinch runner for Francis. I said Francis looking on from second, meant Donovan. Mortensen swing and miss. Big cut. Now in the hole, 1-2. Strike 3. This one's also dropped. And play at the plate, and she is out by a mile. Strikeout turned into a double play of Donovan and Mortensen. Worst case scenario for the Magicians there, but hold on just a second. Says she had a foul ball. And take it all back. Redo. It was a foul ball, says the home plate umpire. Magicians lucked out. Well, 2-2 on Mortensen, and that's outside. Pushes the count full. Magicians have new life. And that one floats in there. I guess that's a full count. The numbers were 1 ball ahead up on the scoreboard. And that is ball 4. So a strikeout, double play to end the inning, turns into a walk, and now they have Donovan caught in a pickle, and she's out. And now Mortensen is also off the bag at first, but she's able to get back. But Donovan picked off. What a wild sequence. And poor base running by the Magicians. Back to the top of the order with Schmidt and diving back to the bag. No throw down, Mortensen. Perrin making the base runners move, making them nervous. That one rolls in. Good stop by Perrin. She's going to have a play. She throws down. It's high. Backed up by the second baseman. Gets into center. Now there's going to be a play at third. It's a one-hopper, and she's in there safe. Oh, Perrin took a chance to try to get Mortensen at second. Fired over everybody's head. The throw to third was in time, but couldn't be caught cleanly by McLean. Tag not applied. And Mortensen is all the way to third. The wild inning continues. From moments ago, having Donovan picked off at third, who the play before that was almost out at home on a foul ball. And now here we are, ground ball to first, and that will end the inning. Magicians end up getting no runs in a wild bottom half of the second inning. It is still 2-1. We'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. We'll be right back. So it's top of the third inning, and Nikki Ericola will step back into the box for her third at bat in 3 innings, but the last one ended short as a pass ball ended up being the third out of the inning. Wakiri throwing out at home, trying to score. And Tessa fires the first pitch of the third for a ball. That's a strike there. Hard pitch from Francis. And it's 1-1. This one's lined, and that'll drop in front of Bumagin. She'll quickly get it back in, but Ericola's in. That is the first hit of the third inning, first hit of the day for Ericola. Jasmine Feliciano to the plate. Looks at strike one. Feliciano grounded out back to Francis in the first, as did Ericola. Feliciano fists it down to first. It gets past McGovern, and then Calianes and McGovern fumble it around the bag, and everybody's safe. Right side of the Magicians infield having a tough afternoon so far. Runners on first and second for the Panthers. And McLean puts it past Andriano. They're going to try to score, and they will. Nikki Ericola, no hesitation, never stopped as she rounded third as that ball was into the outfield. She was thinking home, and she got there. The game is tied at 2. And this is the heart of the order. That was McLean. This is Perrin. Perrin put a ride into it the last time. Mortensen had to make a great play to get her out to end the first. And she gets up under that one, pops it up. Foul. Perrin first in the area in the North Shore with 18 RBIs, 4 home runs, tied with Allie Betancourt and Logan Lemesny from Peabody, with Magicians C next. A tough stretch here for the Magicians. Perrin also averaging .471. Lifts this one, and it stays fair. Tucks it into the outfield over first base, drives in another run, her 19th RBI of the season, and the Panthers take a 3-2 lead. Johnny Gold out to talk to Tessa Francis. It's the first 4 runners here for the Panthers in the third have reached. Ericola singled and scored. Feliciano reached on an error. McLean singled, and Perrin singled. Feliciano around to score on the Perrin RBI. That brings up Elsa Rutledge. She'd like to spin the runners around. Roulette, excuse me. And that's a slow roller in front of the mound, and everybody's safe. No, foul ball is called. And it'll send everybody back. First and second, no outs. Roulette at the plate, looks at ball 1. Ball and a strike. Francis steals. And it looked like a good pitch, but called a ball. Hitters count for Roulette. And that one's in there. 2-2. Roulette struck out in her first at bat to lead off last inning. Only strikeout for Francis today. And she gets her again. Big first out for the Magicians. It brings up Meredith Johnston, center fielder. Singled and scored the first run of the game for Beverly. Pop up from Johnston, but it's out of play. McLean on second, Perrin on first. Johnson waits. It's in the dirt. McLean moving up, and she's safe, standing. Allows Perrin to also move forward. From first and second to second and third, both runners now in scoring position. Another single from Johnson might get him home. That's too high. 2-1 count. Into the outfield, Mortensen charges, can't make this play, off her glove. 1 run is in. Perrin rounds third, and on the throw home, Johnson moves up to second. An RBI for Meredith Johnston, who's getting things done here early on. She's 2 for 2 with an RBI and runs scored, and it is 4-2. Panthers now have the Magicians doubled up. Wakiri has to spin out of the way of that pitch, driving inside. Swing and a miss from Wakiri on a big cut. Second and third for the Panthers, just one out in the inning. Strike down low. Pass by Wakiri. 1-2. Big spot for Francis. Would love another strikeout. Too high. Francis put a little extra behind that one. Lost control. It's 2-2. Fouled back to the backstop. Wakiri reached on an error in the first and then thrown out to end the second inning on the pass ball, trying to score from third. That's low and the count is full. Just getting a piece to stay alive. You can see the snack shack flag above Wakiri's head. Wind is blowing out. That is inside on Wakiri, ball 4. And the bases are loaded for the Panthers. Still just one out, but now a force at every bag and home. See if the Magicians can possibly turn 2 here and get out of it without any more trouble. Panthers looking to bust this one wide open. A 3-run inning already, and that's not going to help, but there could be another play at the plate. Not this time. Perrin scores. Francis struggling with her control here in the third. This is Reese Quietek. She already has 1 RBI on a single in the second. Knocked in the first run for the Panthers. That's strike 1. Evens the count. She's got 2 more RBIs out there if she wants them. Francis got to lock in here. Fires. Gets her chasing a high strike. That'll help. Spins that one in there low. It's 2-2. 2 walks and 2 strikeouts for Francis this afternoon. Strike 3 looking. A huge call. Gets Quietek. Walking back to the dugout. That'll bring up the 9-hitter Carly Jones. 3rd strikeout of the day. when she needed it most for Francis. Jones grounded out to first in her previous at-bat. Swings through strike one there. Big opportunity here for the Magicians to get out of this. Two Panthers on second and third. That's driven foul. Kept slicing away. Jones shakes out her hands as that one probably stung a bit off the end of the bat. Slow dribbler. I think it hit her in the foot, and it's a foul ball. Umpire quickly out to make the call. And it's 0-2 to Jones. Despite a 4-run inning, Francis could end up striking out the side. And she does, strike three. Jones chasing. Gets both Kwiatek and Jones to end the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts to get out of it. Panthers leave 2, they score 4. They lead it 5-2 after 2.5. Magicians trailed 2-1 last time they came to the plate. Now they trail it 5-2. I think I said they trail. They led 2-1. Now they trail 5-2. We'll get the intro right. We need a third try. Mortensen swings through strike one. A 4-run second inning, or top of the third. Goodness, for Beverly to take the lead. Mortensen just gets a piece, fouls it off. Quickly down 0-2 in the count. Grounded back to Feliciano in her first at bat. Magicians picked up both their runs in the first. RBIs by Calianes and Bumagin. That is just off the plate. My goodness, that's close. This guy has a tight strike zone here today. Mortensen with another chance. Ball 2. All of a sudden, even in the count. And strike 3, it's dropped. She's tagged out, but with the glove, not the ball, so she still makes the throw, and she's out. Second strikeout of the day for Feliciano with a 3-run cushion. That brings Ruby Calianes to the plate with an RBI in the first, driving in Schmidt. And that's called a ball. So that one looked close. 2-0 on Calianes. RBI despite grounding out to second base in the first at bat. Pitch is dropped, but called a strike. It's 2-1. Ruby takes a look at ball number 3. Good pitch to hit here for Calianes. Right down the middle of the plate. You take the bat off the shoulder. That's a good pitch to swing at. You need base runners. Pressure spot, grounds back to the pitcher. Feliciano knocks it down and makes the play. That is the third ground out back to the pitcher for Magicians hitting. Quickly 2 outs. Bringing up Luca Bornhurst. Walked and scored in the first. That one bounces in there for ball one. Off the wrists and foul. Magicians JV squad in action, getting started late. Got to watch the first couple innings of the varsity squad. Also facing off against Beverly this afternoon. Swinging strike two for Bornhurst. Down in the count, 1-2. Feliciano fires, and it's off the plate. Off speed. Count even at 2. That one rides inside on Bornhurst. Head coach Megan Sudak liked the pitch from Feliciano. Didn't get the call, though. Another full count for Bornhurst. Walked in her first at bat. And strikes out this time. Couldn't fight it off. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Feliciano. Also an assist for her. 1-2-3 go the Magicians. They still trail by 3. We'd like to remind you that MHTV is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. If you're enjoying this production of MHS Sports on MHTV, please consider making a donation by visiting our website, marbleheadtv.org, and clicking on the donate button. We'll be right back.
NGB is always here to help.
Thank you, NGB.
No, thank you.
What would we do without NGB?
They're always so helpful.
Thanks, NGB. Thanks, NGB.
Always here to help.
Wow, thanks, NGB.
Always happy to help. I'm no hero. I'm just doing my job.
Let's hear it for NGB, huh?
Wake up.
Hey, Jim.
We have customers to take care of. Welcome to NGB. How can we help you?
For the top of the 4th inning, the Magicians back out, play some defense. Francis on the mound. We're going to have a better inning than last inning. 4 runs allowed in the 3rd. Despite Francis striking out the side. And the last 2 batters of the inning, we're back to the top of the order, which is exactly how the 3rd inning started. The first 4 batters reached, and all of them scored. Let's see what the game script has in store for us here in inning number 4. Ball 1 to begin it. To Nikki Ericola. Strike to Ericola, who's been up 4 times through 4 innings. Second at bat cut short once again by the play at the plate. Beverly runner trying to score, thrown out to end inning number 2. So Ericola 1 for 2 officially. with a single and a run scored. That one rides up and in on her for ball number 3, and it's 3-1. It's grounded to second, and Calianes can't get it there in time. Another play in which that probably should have been McGovern's ball. Calianes charged about as hard as she could. Flip was just a second late, and Ericola is on. Tough spot for the ground ball, but really tough play for Calianes. She's playing pretty deep for a second baseman, and McGovern is right there off the bag, playing in front of it. Strike one to Feliciano, the runner on. And ground ball to short. That's going to be a hard play, and everyone's going to be safe as it took Schmidt to her knee to stop it. A nice play by Schmidt, but it would have only been a chance, I think, across the diamond, actually, as Ericola got to second quickly. She was in front of Calianes. An infield single. Feliciano making that one quick. And now the heart of the order. The two best hitters in terms of power, or two of the top 4 in terms of power in the NEC, back-to-back here in McLean and Perrin. Again, with no outs in this position, the Magicians find themselves in a bad spot. Starting to look a lot like inning number 3. 2 balls on McLean, and she rips it through the hole. Now the Beverly runners are on each other's backs, but Ericola makes it safely to third. She had to look to touch up in case it was snared at by a shortstop or a second baseman. But on a 2-0 pitch, McLean knew she was going to get a good one, put a ride into it. Bases are loaded for Maya Perrin. First in the North Shore in RBIs, first in home runs. She got 3 ducks on the pond. Cross her eyes for strike number 1. Didn't see a signal from the umpire. It was just not demonstrative. And strike 1 to Perrin. Infield in. It's Perrin way ahead of it. Quickly 0-2. This would be a huge out. And Perrin pops it up. And Calianes underneath it, can't make the play. And she will tag out the runner moving up to second, as everybody had to stay put. Yeah, but it is infield fly rule to get the batter, Perrin, which is lucky for the Magicians since Calianes didn't make the play. But Perrin is out, and then McLean is out at second. But they still have a runner on third. But that rule that doesn't always come into effect really helps the Magicians out in that situation. Ball 1 to Roulette. One hopper to Calianes, and she makes the play. And they get out of the inning with just 1 run scored. Beverly loads the bases. First 3 batters of the inning. Infield fly rule helps the Magicians to get out of it They just trail it by 4, with the 1 run added on. 6-2 right now after 3.5 innings. Magicians' half of the 4th inning will bring up Isla Bumagin, Lila McGovern, and Tessa Francis. And the Magicians need base runners, down by 4. I'd like to say they got out of that last inning unscathed. They gave up 1 run, but had the bases loaded, did Beverly. So you could put it that way for the Magicians. It could have been much worse. It's ball 1 to Bumagin, who is 1 for 1 with an RBI double in the 1st inning. Driving in the 2nd Magicians run. She takes a look at ball number 2. Hard ground ball past the 3rd baseman, off of her glove. Shortstop couldn't make the play as it deflected off of McLean's glove and past Roulette. And Isla has put the bat on the ball really well here this afternoon. Twice now, a single and a double. She said put the aluminum to the ball. Well, I'll say wood. The normal saying. Strike number 1 to McGovern, who I would say has had a tough day in the field. Quick throw down, Bumagin diving back. Yeah, she's safe. 1-1 to McGovern. Just would like to see McGovern be more active at first, coming off the bag to play the ground balls that we've seen. They've been able to save a couple base runners here. Just got a piece of that pitch. 1-2. In the dirt, Bumagin's going to try to move up, and she's in there. Two and two to McGovern. Grounded out to short her last at bat. And has a full count here in this one. First base is open. That pulled to the dugout. The Magicians lost the first 3 games of the season, 2 one-run games, 2 4-3 losses to Salem and Gloucester, a 7-1 loss sandwiched in there to Saugus, and won their most recent one, 12-0 over Winthrop. There's a ride put into this one by McGovern. That's over the head of Carly Jones. That's going to score Bumagin. And McGovern's fired up at second base, an RBI double. That would have been a heck of a play had Jones been able to snare that one. She's had trouble with just a couple ground balls. That would have been a miraculous play to make that one. It was blistered. Big time hitting for McGovern. Driving in Bumagin. They're back within 3. Francis looks at strike 1. Swings through strike 2. Tessa looking to help out her own cause here. Love to drive in McGovern. Way up high. The 1-2 from Francis. On a hop, tough play. And Francis is safe. And McLean couldn't field that one in the air. Dropped quickly on her, right in front of her feet. Did not have a play at first. And Francis is on. The first 3 runners reach here for the Magicians, exactly at the time they needed that to happen. Tie and run at the plate is Tessa Andriano. Pinch runner at first for Francis. Ball 1 to Andriano. Freshman third baseman struck out in her first at bat. Tessa shows bunt, lays it down, a perfect bunt. And she moves the runners over with a perfect sacrifice bunt. That was big league style from the freshman. It brings up Ashley Mortensen. Runners now on second and third with just 1 out. That's to the backstop. And she's safe at home. McGovern scores on the wild pitch. The Magicians have 2 across here in the 4th, and they trail it 6-4. The pinch runner, Donovan, moved up to third. And look at the result of the sac bunt from Andriano. And that's in there across for a strike to Mortensen. 1-1 with 1 out. Runner on third. Top of the order coming up. And Schmidt puts it out of play. Excuse me, Mortensen puts it out of play. Schmidt due up next. I'm getting ahead of myself. Good scoop by Perrin behind the plate. That might have saved a run there. Donovan had trouble pinch running the last time she was out there. Ended up being tagged out at third, being caught in a pickle. But she also almost scored. We've had a wild game. Francis, his pitch is fouled off. Mortensen hanging in there. The pitch is behind Mortensen. Don't see that happen very often. Usually the batter is able to back out before it gets there, but she went inside, let the ball go behind her for ball 4. That was bizarre. I can't move like that. Runners on the corners. Top of the order is up. Called strike, inner half. Feliciano's pitch, ground ball to second, and it's dropped, and everybody's safe. Error by Ericola. That was a prime opportunity for them to turn two, and everybody's safe. A run is across, Donovan scores, and it's 6-5. The Magicians chipping away, working their way back. This is Isabel Mortensen 0 for 2. Wants to change her fate here this afternoon. Hard ground ball, and that's past Ericola. 1 run is in, and we are tied at 6. An RBI single up the middle for Isabel Mortensen. She drives in Ashley Mortensen, and Schmidt goes from first to third on the play. Pitching change for Beverly. It's going to be Noelle McLean. Feliciano will move over to shortstop. And Roulette moves over to third. So one of the best hitters for Beverly in McLean will now do the pitching. We'll get to see what she can do on the mound. 6 of the first 7 batters here in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Magicians reached, and that 7th was the sacrifice bunt given out by the Magicians to the Panthers. They are on the verge of batting around. This is Ruby Calianes. Oh, and Roulette makes a nice stop at third, moving over from short. After the first pitch, the fire down from Perrin. Throw was low, able to stop it. That goes by her. That is a run. Perrin has been aggressive behind the plate, trying to throw Magician runners out. Not when they're stealing bases after pitches. Pop up from Calianes. Possible play over by first, but it drops out of reach of Wakiri. That's strike 1 for Calianes. It's 2-1. Four runs in here for the Magicians to tie it at 6. 2 runners on. Calianes looks at ball 3. First base is open. And that's in there for Calianes. She's had 2 3-1 counts and has looked at great pitches. It's full, and she grounds it to second. A run is across. The Magicians take the lead. Another RBI for Calianes. Just like she did in the first, grounded out to second and knocked a run in. Schmidt scores on the play, her second run of the afternoon. And it brings up Luca Bornhurst. 0 for 1, a walk, a run scored, and a strikeout. Ground ball to third, picked up by Roulette. And the 9th batter of the inning for the Magicians is thrown out. But they score 5 runs and take the lead back 7-6 after 4. I'd like to thank the National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. We will be right back. We're back for the top of the 5th inning. Magicians score 5 to take the lead back in the 4th. They lead it 7-6. 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up for the Panthers. It's Johnston, Wakiri, and Quietek. And Francis fires in there for ball 1. Back on the hill, this time with a lead. Little dribbler foul from Johnston. She's been on twice, scored a run, and 2 for 2 with 2 singles and an RBI. Good afternoon for Meredith Johnston, center fielder. A 1-1 count to her. Francis delivers, it's high. The 2-1 popped up. Possible play for Calianes as she runs it down in shallow right field. Mortensen would never have had a chance. Calianes was the only option, and that is a veteran play right there from Calianes. Nice job by the second baseman. 1 out in the 5th. That'll bring up Wakiri. Reached on an error and walked, and thrown out on a pass ball trying to score. That rolls past her for ball 1. Francis found herself in a jam in the 4th as she did in the 3rd, but able to get out of it with just 1 run across. Infield fly rule coming into effect. Batter called out on the play, and Calianes unable to make what was a routine pop-up after just making that difficult play. But she was able to tag the runner out, so infield fly turned into a double play. Cleared 2 runners off the bases. It really helped out the Magicians in that situation. Beverly was primed to score a few more runs that inning without that infield fly by Maya Perrin, their best hitter. A ball and 2 strikes on Wakiri. Francis is set. Here's the 1-2. Hard ground ball. Calianes makes the play. That was very hard hit off the bat. Calianes made it look pretty easy, hit right to her. Got the glove down, secured it. Textbook from the Magician's second baseman. 2 quick outs for Reese Quietek now. 1 for 2. Struck out looking her last time up. Drove in a run in her first at-bat. Strike right across the heart of the plate. Francis had trouble with the top of the order, but she seems comfortable with this middle part. Strike 2 there. And she's a strike away from getting Quietek for the second time. Looking for the first 1-2-3 inning of the afternoon for the Magicians. It's on the ground to third. And she got her! The reach from McGovern. Andriano to McGovern. A tough play from the corners, but they get it done. A 1-2-3 go the Panthers in the fifth. Isla Bumagin will lead off the fifth inning for the Magicians, as she did in the fourth inning. Started off the fourth with a single, ended up scoring. She'd love to do that again here in the fifth. She looks at ball number one. Isla 2 for 2, single and a double. The run scored. A great afternoon. And she looks at a strike there. Magicians lead at 7-6 after the big inning in the fourth. This is popped up, playable for the second baseman, charging, and makes the play. Ericola is there. That brings up Lila McGovern. The big RBI double last inning. Just made a great play in the field, stretching out to secure the throw from Andriano and get the runner at first. Swings through that one. Fouls it off for strike one. A 1-1. That one breezes up high. Off speed, outside from McLean, 2-1. McLean taking over for Feliciano last inning after she was getting roughed up. Fouled back out of play. Now leaving the count at 2. Here's the 2-2 from McLean. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 for McGovern. Quick 2 outs for McLean here in the fifth. That'll bring up Tessa Francis. She's been on base twice, reached on an error, singled, and scored. That goes over her head. McLean trying to end Francis's day with that pitch. No, they want her off the mound, but you don't have to. No head hunting here. That one's the opposite, down in the dirt. Let's see if McLean can even it out. But it's 2-0 to Francis. Way late on that one was Francis. That one was in the mitt already before she swung. It is 2-1. Oh, that is tight. Ball 3. Wow. It's a small strike zone for both pitchers. All 3 pitchers now this afternoon. 3-1. Hitters count for Francis. And it's ball 4. Up by the face mask. She's on for the third time is Francis. Donovan on to run for her for the third time. Donovan has been picked off on the base pass and has scored in replacement of Francis. And this is Tessa Andriano, laid down that perfect sac bunt in her last at bat. Let's see if they let her swing away here with 2 outs. Bouncing ground ball to short. Picked up. Play at second is made. Feliciano to Ericola for the third out of the inning. 7-6 after 5. I'd like to remind you that MHTV is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. If you're enjoying this production of MHTV Sports, MHS Sports on MHTV, please consider making a donation by visiting our website, marbleheadtv.org, and clicking on the donate button. 6th inning coming up. We're back for the top of the 6th inning. Magicians clinging to the 7-6 lead. Took the lead back in the 4th. Played a clean 5th. 1-2-3. Went to Panthers. We're back to Carly Jones, the number 9 hitter. She is 0 for 2. Looks at ball 1 from Francis. That's in there for strike 1 to even it up. And we're back to the top of the order after Jones. That's where the Magicians and Francis have struggled. If the Panthers are going to tie it, take the lead back, this is probably the inning to do it. The batter's coming up after Jones. And that is strike 3 to Jones. That is quick work made of the 9 hitter. Second time Jones is down by way of the K. Back to Nikki Ericola at the top. And 2 for 3. 2 runs scored. Looks at strike 1. Swings at a bad pitch and is down 0-2. Just off the plate, maybe a little high. It's tough to tell when Ericola leaves the box. 1-2. Got a piece. It's fair. The throw is late by a step, and Ericola is on for the 3rd straight time. Dangerous player to have on the base paths. She's been on there with no outs last 2 times. 1 out now for Magicians. A little bit better of a situation for them with Feliciano now up. And that's a one-hopper to Mortensen in right. They'll send Ericola to 3rd. And Feliciano again jumps on the first pitch she sees. Did that in her last at-bat and singled. And here does it again. They have runners on the corners. For the power hitters, it's McLean. A chance to turn 2 at second for the Magicians if the ball's on the ground. Outfield playing pretty deep for McLean. And Feliciano on the first pitch moves up to second. And base running awareness at 100% there for Feliciano. Cuts out the double play opportunity. That is just a little inside. 2-0. Top of the lineup, giving them trouble again. That barely made it halfway to the plate. Ball 3. At least Bornhurst able to stop it. Can't have a pass ball here. That'll tie the game. Go-ahead run is at second. That is right down the middle for strike 1. Big spot for Francis. That pitch is low, and they walk her. First was open. Feliciano taking second. And now the bases are loaded again for Maya Perrin. Same situation as the 4th inning, and the infield fly rule came into effect then. It is in effect now if she ends up popping it up again. It's bizarre that we're in the same situation once again, except this time there's 1 out. There were no outs then. Her pop-up resulted in 2 outs. And then Francis got roulette to ground out to second to end the 4th. They got 1 in that inning. They'd love to get 1 here to tie it. They want more. Double play at all positions for the Magicians. Could be in for some excitement here. Maya Perrin, 19 RBIs and 4 home runs and a .471 plus batting average, steps in with the bases loaded, down by 1, and looks at ball 1. Francis spun it in there. A hard pitch from Francis. If you're going to add some juice, this is the batter to do it for. Took a lot off that one, but it bounces off the plate into the backstop, and the runners stay put. Bornhurst pounced on it quickly, and I think it helped that it bounced off the plate. But 2 balls to the cleanup hitter for Perrin. And she pops it up. She is under it. Everything she sees, she's under it. That's why it resulted in the infield fly last time. But she's digging in and getting low. Bending those knees, trying to put some pop into it. Instead, just popping it up right now. There it is, a rip to Caliene. She's going to come home with the play. It's a force, and they get her. No need to lay down the tag. A heads-up play by Caliene. That's why she's one of the veteran leaders of this team, and that is out number 2. And it's again Ruby Caliene that comes into play in the Maya Perrin at bat. She dropped the infield fly and then tagged the runner out. This time makes a great play on a laser ground ball. Heads up to come home with it. The throw had the runner beat by a couple steps. It's still 7-6, and Francis can get out of it with an out here. Off the wrist, foul. A strikeout of Jones to start the inning. 3 straight batters reached. Caliene saves a run right there. And the infield was in perfect position. They were in where the grass would be if it was a baseball diamond. Had she been a couple steps back, may not have got the runner at home. Popped up back to Francis, and they get out of the inning. The Panthers leave them loaded. Calienes with the play of the day so far, and it's 7-6 going into the bottom of the 6th inning. Marblehead coming up. It'll be Ashley Mortensen to lead off the bottom of the 6th, and back to the top of the order for the Magicians. Lead it by 1, 7-6. The Panthers have had the bases loaded in 2 of the last 3 innings, and the Magicians have gotten out of both jams, allowing just 1 run and holding on to the lead. They'd love some insurance runs here. After a scoreless fifth, Mortensen has walked twice and scored. I got a piece of that one. Count is 2-1. Now Mortensen looks to bunt and called for a strike as she offered at it. 2-2. Off-speed pitch from McLean. Made Mortensen look a little silly right there. Strike out number 1. Excuse me, 2 for McLean. She struck out a batter in the last inning. Out number 1 of the 6th. Back to the top of the order for Haley Schmidt. First pitch grounded right back to McLean. 1 pitch, 1 out. And second out of the inning. I guess 1 pitch, 2 outs. And this is quick, very quick for the Magicians. Not exactly what you want McLean to work here. Panthers' last at bat coming up. So it's Isabel Mortensen. A ground ball to short. Feliciano knocks it down. Isabel's safe at first. Isabel's second single of the game. Her single back in the 4th knocked in a run. And here is Ruby Calientes. On the ground to second, flips to first, and that is a quick bottom of the 6th inning. 1, 2, 3, 4 go the Magicians. Ericola to Wakiri to end it. Trailing by 1, the Panthers will bring up the 6, 7, 8 hitters in the top of the 7th. The Magicians huddle up on the mound for the top of the 7th inning. They need 3 outs to walk away with their 2nd straight win. They have fought their way back from 6-2. They lead at 7-6, and it's a comfortable part of the order here for Tessa Francis to face. Number 6, 7, and 8. She made quick work of them in the 5th. 1, 2, 3. The same 3 hitters. Let's see what she can do here as she tries to end it. Ball 1 to Johnston. Johnston has had the most success of these hitters due up here in the inning. She's singled twice and scored twice. 2 for 3. It popped up to Calientes in her last at bat. Actually a tough play by Calientes. She was forced into shallow right to make the play. Not the only tough play Ruby's made today. This is slapped on a high pitch that finds the outfield, and that's a single. Johnston is on for the 3rd time. So she's seeing the ball out of Francis's hand well today. This is Wakiri. Reached on an error, walked, and grounded out to the right side the last time. So possible double play ball coming here. Marblehead infield needs to be alert. The corner's charge. Francis tries to, not Francis. Bunt is laid down in front of Francis by Wakiri, but it bounced up and hit her. So strike 1. Andriano and McGovern are way in. They're closer than Francis is. So they're going to try to move the runner up. Offers at the bunt, and they blew it by her for strike 2. The entire Magicians defense on the move. With Bumagan going to come in to cover 3rd if needed. They know the assignment. Wakiri in an 0-2 hole. And she hits her right between the threes on the jersey. And she surrenders a free pass, and that is the go-ahead run now on first base. Johnny Gold doing some coaching to his outfield. Tying run on second. No outs in the inning. And this is an uncomfortable spot now for Tessa. A pinch runner for Wakiri at first, as she'll take a minute and let that sting wear off from being hit by the pitch. It looks like it is Simonis running at first. It's Kwiatek at the dish. Infield charges. And a foul ball is called by the home plate umpire. Look at the movement by the Magicians' defense. Still with no outs. Sack bunt definitely in play. They want to move the runners over to second and third. Kwiatek's 1 for 3, singled in the second. That's over her head. One and one on Kwiatek. Runners on first and second. Francis looks in, fires. Bunt is dropped down. It's a fair ball. And Andriano doesn't throw it. She had the play at first. Not sure if Calientes got over there in time. But there was a play there. Also not sure if Andriano thought it was foul or fair. But the umpire immediately pointed to fair territory. And the bases are loaded for the 9-hitter Carly Jones. And it's a base hit past Calientes. 1 run is in. And the second run crosses, and the number 9 hitter, Carly Jones, who was 0 for 3, knocks in the tying and go-ahead run here in the top of the 7th inning. On the first pitch she sees, rips it past Calientes. Panthers lead it 8-7. Francis has struck out Jones twice today, and Jones jumps all over the first pitch. And now it's the top of the order for the Panthers with no outs. That one slapped, and Calientes makes the play, and then they double her up at first. Are you kidding me? A triple play! A triple play for the Magicians. Ruby Calientes, what a play! 4, 3, 6. Unbelievable. There was no way Calientes was going to catch that off the bat. She took a step to her right. The ball was to her left, snagged it, caught the runner off first, and the runner from second was already on third. Had no chance to get back. A triple play for the Magicians. They trail by 1 going into the bottom half of the 7th. And how can you top that? A triple play to end the top of the 7th inning. How about going out and winning it in the bottom of the 7th? Here we go with Luca Bornhurst to start it out for the Magicians. And we got a timeout called by the Beverly head coach. Not happy with something going on her bench. She had the wrong player in at first. Remember the last inning, Wakiri was pinch run for after getting hit by the pitch. And she was back out there at first, but so Maya Perrin is gonna go to first base from the catcher's position. Wakiri is out, and not sure who's actually catching right now. But I'm hearing chatter behind me that it was an illegal substitution. That may be causing the confusion. A little bit of a delay here. Kind of icing the Magicians as we're getting going in the bottom of the 7th. McLean's first pitch is high. Bornhurst 0 for 2 with a walk, run scored in the first. And the 1-0 is low. Bumagan and McGovern to follow. Toughest part of the Magicians' order right here for McLean with a 1-run lead. What a game we've had so far. Magicians would love to walk it off. 2-1. McLean very patient. Bornhurst drills it past second. That's going to get to the fence. Luca's at second, and she's going to hold there. A wise decision as the ball got quickly back in. Luca Bornhurst with a leadoff double. She's the tying run. And Isla Bumagan can drive her in right here. Isla's got a single, a double, a run scored. Has an RBI on her double in the first. She hit it about the same place in the first inning that Bornhurst just did now, and that's past the catcher. And Bornhurst, the tie-in run, is 60 feet away. The pitch from McLean is in there for a strike. Anything on the ground should tie the game, especially to the right side. Got a piece. 1-2 on Bumagan. McGovern on deck. And the 1-2 bounced in there, and Bornhurst scores. Tied up at 8. And McLean does it to herself. The double and then 2 balls in the dirt to score. It doesn't get much easier than that for the Magicians to tie the game. No outs in the inning. Bumagan's got the bases cleared, can exhale for this 2-2 pitch. Now she has a chance to be the winning run if she can get on. That's in the dirt. McLean out of control, taking a lot of time, maybe overthinking it. Also has a new catcher in there. The count is full. And Bumagan stays alive. The low pitch, it was ball 4. able to get a piece. Ground ball through the hole, and Bumagan is on. Her third hit of the day, and maybe none more timely. She is the winning run on first base. That brings up Lila McGovern, still with no outs in the inning. They'll bring in Nora Maheen to pinch run. Nora's first action of the afternoon. This may have been the player that was called up from the JV team halfway through this game, switched jerseys from a black JV jersey to a white varsity one, and now she has a chance to win the game, or at least be the winning run. Lila McGovern looks to lay down a bunt, offers at it, floats over her bat for strike one, but Maheen is down to second. A few more balls in the dirt from McLean, and the Magicians will win it. Popped up to shortstop, Feliciano underneath it and makes the play. First out of the inning. Coach Gold and Coach Norman talking things over. It brings up Tessa Francis, trying to earn herself a win on the mound. She can do it right here if she knocks in Mahan from second. The JV call-up takes the lead as ball one floats across. Francis swings and misses at the 1-0. McLean, ball in her glove, delivers. Foul ball. 1-2. Winning run on second. The 1-2 from McLean is low. Close pitch, 2-2. The 2-2 just inside. And patience by Francis pushes the count full with one out. Ground ball to second. They get the out. Mahan moves up to third. He wanted the ground ball to that side of the infield if there was going to be one. She pulled it that way. And a ball in the dirt could win the game here. Mahan needs to be on her toes. Getting some coaching from Todd Norman with Tessa Andriano at the plate. The freshman at the plate, the JV player on third. What a combo. Tessa tries to lay down Another bunt laid down, the absolutely perfect sack bunt in the fourth. Not sure, can't lay down a sack now. It's got to be for a base hit. You got to try to get him confused, play at home that doesn't work, but can't surrender an easy out. The 0-1 is pulled foul. Now 2 strikes on Andriano with 2 outs in a tie game in the bottom of the 7th. All McLean has to do is deliver a strike. Nothing in the dirt from McLean, and she may get out of it. The 0-2 to Andriano. Ground ball to third. Play across to first, and they get her, and we are going to extras. They can't get Mahan in from second. It looked promising for the Magicians, but the Panthers shut it down at the end. It is 8-8, headed to inning number 8. We're into extra innings, and Tessa Francis going to stay out there, keep the ball rolling for the Magicians. Lucky number 8's across the board. And the Magicians thought they may have been out of big-time trouble with Panthers. In the 7th, when they ended the top of the 7th with a triple play. But here we are. They find themselves in extras, still battling it out. An extra inning starts with a runner on second base. Panthers have Nikki Aracola, who was at bat for the triple play, at second, and Jasmine Feliciano at the plate. The toughest part of the Panther order coming up right here in extras. Feliciano has pounced on the first pitch, her last 2 at-bats, lets this one go by for ball number 1. And it continues to be a minute strike zone. Even to the smallest player out there. Ball 2, that one more evident. After Feliciano, it's McLean and Perrin. Foul back, 2-1. The Magicians got the tying run in the 7th, but could not push across the winning run. Stranded her at third base. And Nora Mahan was the pinch runner at that point, and she has headed back over to the JV field. Back and forth she goes. This is popped up into center field. Mortensen underneath it, and Aracola can't go anywhere off of second base. That is a really nice play. The first fly ball out to Ashley Mortensen today, and she makes it look routine. Feliciano's retired. It brings up McLean. Soft ground ball right down the first base line. And what is the call? She missed the tag. I guess Lila McGovern missed the tag. She picked up the ball about at the same time that McLean was passing there, but must have come up empty on the swipe. That is a big-time miss. Johnny Gold's going to speak with the infield official. It also looked like the ball may have been foul. It was dancing right on the line. Coach Gold doesn't look happy with the explanation. But he looks like he's going to go back and talk to the home plate umpire. And it's a huge play. I'm not surprised. They want to make sure they get it right. It looks like he's going to ask for them to confer. If it stands, it's 1st and 3rd with 1 out as Ericola moved up. And she's safe at 1st. So after the discussion, it goes in Beverly's favor. But they do have a double play opportunity, but you'd assume McLean might steal. But here's Perrin. And McLean does move up. Not very fast. But Bornhurst not going to take a chance, because if she throws down, Ericola is going to score. So it's 2nd and 3rd for the Panthers with 1 out, 1 strike on the power hitter, Perrin, in the cleanup spot. And chips it away over the backstop. Perrin is just 1 for 4. Knocked in her 19th run in the 2nd inning, part of a 4-run 2nd inning. And she was the victim of the infield fly rule. And reaches out on the slow pitch, off speed, and nasty from Francis. And she gets Perrin, and Perrin not sure what sport she's playing, but that's strike 3, and she got to head back to the bench. What a pitch by Francis to get Perrin chasing. A huge strikeout with 2nd and 3rd. Can the Magicians get out of it again? A triple play to end the 7th. They need a big out here against Elsa Roulette. Fouls off the first one. Elsa Roulette love to spin the runners around the base paths. She doesn't want to see any black or red. And Roulette lifts it into center field. It's Mortenson's ball. And she gets there. They get out of another jam. Beverly leaves 2nd and 3rd in the 8th inning. And position number 8, center fielder Ashley Mortensen with 2 big plays in the inning. And she will be due up first in the bottom of the 8th. Marblehead will look to win it in extras. We are back for the bottom of the 8th inning. Another chance for the Magicians to walk out of here with a win. Got out of a jam in the top half with runners on 2nd and 3rd. They start with a runner on 2nd. Tessa Andriano's out there. Ashley Mortensen at the plate. First pitch from McLean is fouled off. Mortensen showed bunt, trying to move Andriano up to 3rd. Mortensen 2 big outs. They're in the top of the 8th on fly balls. First action she saw in the outfield. Down to a knee to show bunt on that one. Offers, but it's dropped. And Andriano's able to move up anyway. Lucky that it was dropped. This could be it right here. 2 strikes, put it in play, or a pass ball. Infield way in. One and 2 on Mortensen. She puts it past the infield. It's over. Pitch in the dirt, and it's stopped. Ella Campos is behind the plate, doing the catching for the Panthers now. 2nd inning, she's been back there. Maya Perrin out at 1st. Mortensen waits on the 2-2. The pitch. Popped up. And caught by the second baseman, Ericola. That's just a little farther, and it pushes her to backtrack. That's a tougher play, and maybe the game, especially if Andriano set to tag up. Back to the top of the order for the Magicians with Haley Schmidt. Singled, reached on an error, and it's grounded out to the pitcher twice. Shows bunt, and it comes way in on her. She still offers, and I think it caught her between the hands on the bat, right off the handle. That is wild. Seen just about everything here today. One strike, one out. Like to see the top of the order swing the bat. That's at her feet. Jumps out of the way of it. Ball one. McLean sets herself and delivers. And that's the game. Haley Schmidt wins it. A line drive into right field. A textbook base hit. Right fielder never had a chance. Andriano scores the winning run. Haley Schmidt, the game-winning RBI. 9-8 in 8 innings. The Magicians win it over the Panthers. A classic at Marblehead Veterans Middle School here this afternoon. Be sure to stick around. When we return, I'll announce the Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game.
The Marblehead Sports Shop offers custom sports apparel, team uniforms, and Marblehead branded one-of-a-kind gifts, and is proud to present the MHS Sports on MHTV Player of the Game.
Welcome back to MHS Sports on MHTV. Today's Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game is Haley Schmidt. Haley, 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, and the game-winning RBI in extra innings. Congratulations, Haley, from the Marblehead Sports Shop and MHTV. We'd like to thank the Marblehead Sports Shop for being our community partner and bringing you the Player of the Game award. And we'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. Once again, the final score from Marblehead Veterans Middle School Field in extra innings. The Magicians 9, the Panthers 8. For all of us here at MHTV Sports, I'm Jess Burton. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.
NGB is always here to help.
Thank you, NGB.
No, thank you.
What would we do without NGB?
They're always so helpful.
Thanks, NGB. Thanks, NGB.
Always here to help.
Wow, thanks, NGB.
Always happy to help. I'm no hero. I'm just doing my job.
Let's hear it for NGB, huh?
Wake up.
Hey, Jim.
We have customers to take care of. Welcome to NGB. How can we help you?